Hello everyone and welcome to episode 65 of Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and Topic Got Topic day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. To catch updates about the podcast or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice listed in the description below. I'm your host, GM, and overseer of Podcast of Five Rings, Obsidian, joined tonight by the wall that will not fall, Tetsuo!
Ta-da!
One day I'll be able to do the whole thing without taking a breath.
But that
Today
day
is
is
not
not
that.
today.
Yeah, exactly. We got the Dark Fortune Duelist meta.
Sup?
The meat
you're
man.
Gonna have to, you're gonna have to like work your your lungs if you want to be able to do that, man.
I'll give it a try. Remind me next week.
All right.
We'll see how far I get. Or I'll try at the end of the episode. But you're not going to be here. The resident wildcard, Mao.
Yo, yo, yo.
Insert your quip and hello. Let's
already
just,
gave the hello.
You know what? I'm kind of disappointed and hurt inside. So I don't even want to do these intros. I want to get straight into topics so I can vent at Meta about my disappointment.
Okay.
So
All right.
Meta, you're up first tonight.
Okay, well, then I guess you can revel a bit in your disappointment with my topic, because my topic is what is a game. A game or a series that either was very popular when it came out or has a strong following even nowadays that just never clicked with you. You just found no interest in it, even though it's considered great, either as a cult classic or whatnot. It just, for you personally, was like, I just don't see the big deal about this game. Because I can tell you, my game, it's Chrono Trigger. I know that game is loved, but I cannot get into that game. I played through it.
I mean, that's even in a genre you play a lot of.
I love that kind of genre, but I don't know what it is about that game. It's got space, it's got fantasy. I love those things. But much like Lord of the Rings, I cannot find any deep fondness for it, and I don't know why. But what about you guys? What are games that you have never jived with, and maybe why?
No one else want to go
Jesus,
first.
nobody jumped. Wow.
Calm
down, guys.
No
I asked
one?
one person.
Mine's hesitation because it might be the Final Fantasy series.
I was gonna say that
we,
for you.
I think we've talked about this before.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, like, I understand why people enjoy it, though, right? It's just
No,
for me,
you don't.
it
Do I have to rant again?
Yes.
Thumbs down, Obs. Down, boy. Down.
Do I have to get mobile knock this on your ass?
I'm sorry. He always gets like this when we talk about Final Fantasy 15. He just meds.
Like, I don't know. Like I want to enjoy them. I think for me, it's mostly just the turn-based JRPG in general. I have a hard time like really getting into.
Is there any like giant open world games that might fall into
That
this
aren't
category?
Pokemon.
Like with lots of collectibles and stuff? Can you think of anything like that? So I know that's usually a bit more your speed.
Yeah.
Is there any of those?
Speaking of, Assassin's Creed Origin is 50% off right now.
15 would probably be the closest to that.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I think but I mean, like, so that was more I didn't fully have time to play it and sent it back in gameplay as opposed to not enjoying that one. But
I don't know. That kind of sounds like your thing.
I don't know though. Like, beyond it being like mostly just a genre that I don't enjoy, I don't know. Like I'm really easy, right, to entertain. It's really easy for me to enjoy things like in the moment. So I don't know.
I mean, it could just be even just a single game. It might even be just like one game that like never clicked. So, but it sounds like, I mean, honestly, the Final Fantasy one sounds, because you like fantasy stuff.
Yeah, well,
But it didn't really like any.
It's not
turn-based
super engaging.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like second to second. And the
So I
whole
think-
grinding thing. We've talked about Final Fantasy, and I think we talked about grinding as a topic as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, grinding.
Both the two things that you are not a fan of.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, well, because like some JRPG like style setup I do enjoy. Like, I do enjoy Pokemon. I enjoy a more recent game was Digimon Cyber Sleuth. So like
So
it's
yeah.
not necessarily
You like
the
Digimon
genre,
and Pokemon.
but
Have you tried playing any of the Tales games?
I have not actually, and I have a few
should.
of
Those
them on
aren't
my
turn-based,
gameplay.
so
They're not. They're more like a fighting game style.
Or
combat.
the mana games, I
I
guess.
say that in quotes. Yeah, Mana's pretty good too. Don't get the new ones.
They're
apparently.
older though, yeah.
The older ones.
They're older.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like beyond that though, most like big hyped up games, I tend to just enjoy. Just I don't know.
Huh? You know what, dude? It can happen. I mean, I literally just stated that the two genres I love, like sci-fi and fantasy, mashing together in a
How
game.
dare you, sir?
Still can't get behind it.
Well, only late.
Did
No,
you
it's
ever
always
try
been
and
kind of
play
sci-fi.
Chrono Cross?
I never really. If I think I did. I think
It's
I
a better
played
game.
Only a demo though. Let me look it up.
We said that
I'll
multiple
know.
times.
I'll know if I look at the picture of it. Yes, I played Chrono Cross. I still couldn't really get into it.
I mean, it's a different game.
It is completely
basically,
different.
so-
It almost
but
all the attachments to Trigger are very tacked on.
Oh wait, actually, you know what? I might be wrong. I don't think I've played Chrono Cross.
It has amazing music.
I do have a. I have
You
a
have
better
like
one
50
for y'all.
different characters.
I have not played
Yeah.
Chrono Cross.
What was that?
I was just saying that I have a better one for y'all. Super Smash Bros.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't. You're
I
in
know.
Robs.
Like I sort of enjoy it. I don't enjoy it as much as I feel like I'm supposed to.
I'm gonna get shot for saying this
Yeah.
by somebody tomorrow, but I'm surprised considering it's the most, and I'm gonna say this carefully, casual fighting game.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I mean, there's some element of truth to that, though, right? Like,
There's a slight element of truth. It's
And I
got a
think-
lot of things that like.
It's
easy
definitely
to
got
pick
the
up
most
to play.
casual appeal.
Yeah, it's definitely got the
Yes.
most casual. I mean, there's a lot of things that are very. I mean, the game is bloody designed around the intent of like
Yeah,
having
I mean, it's
items.
Nintendo
on.
in general.
Yeah,
is-
it's just Nintendo.
Right.
It's more about
it's
fun.
got a
than
more
being
like childish
top
look
tier.
to it.
Yeah,
like,
everything.
It's just going to
So,
appeal
yeah.
to a lot more like.
Well,
you
it's
know.
got items, it's got stage hazards and whatnot, which generally if you are getting in the big fighting scene, those are just like those two things are like super big no-nos in almost every other fighting game. There is no
Lower the bar.
items. Yeah, there's nothing like that. It's about your character, your skills on a plain stage versus their character and their skills.
I don't know though. I enjoyed like some of the earlier Dead or Alives where you definitely had environmental hazards that you had to worry about.
I love environmental. I think personally a good player is one who can adapt to a situation
Yes.
on the fly. That's a big personal philosophy for me. But I know that's not everybody's philosophy.
Yeah.
And I know I'm very much outnumbered if you were to ask like
Give us
how do you
give us
fight?
all of the options, and then in tournaments we'll only play on the one ring with no boundaries. That just you
Yeah,
can't do
it's
ring
it's
outs.
kind of like the joke of like, fight me IRL with Fox only Final Destination, no items.
Smash, easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah.
Well, and I think part of it too for Smash for me is the way that the control setup is, and this is going to sound like a wildly personalized thing because it is. Smash, the way that the
Be honest.
controls are, the way that the controls are, I want it to be like a over the shoulder adventure style game, right? Like
Over the
more-
shoulder adventure?
say what?
Over the shoulder adventure?
Yeah,
That
it
doesn't
was-
seem like a very fighting game genre thing to do.
No, right. Like that's the thing though. Like the way the controls are, to me, they don't feel very nice for the 2D beat 'em
Yeah,
up
if you're-
fighting game style. Like it makes me feel like I would rather have the camera over the shoulder of the character I'm playing.
I could
If you
understand
played a
that.
lot of traditional fighting games, then yeah, because my friends who play
Yeah.
like
I could get that.
Tekken and Street Fighter and stuff don't like playing Smash because the characters don't auto face and you don't like push. You can push up to jump, but it's usually better to push the X button and stuff like
See,
that.
Yeah, because you can do slide. You can do slide
Yeah,
buttons.
Yeah.
I unmap jump off my up so I can up tilt easier, but
Yeah, that's the exact reason why I do it too. I have it turned
Yeah.
off so that I can up tilt better because there are certain characters that work better with the up tilt, and it's useful.
What is Obs is
let's go with the Nintendo franchise because I'm such a Nintendo fan. I do not like the Metroid Prime series. This probably comes as no surprise because I can't really play first-person games.
And you
I've
do
never
just
like a
hate
huge
adventure?
fan of them, even when I was littler, and there was like in the time of Metroid Prime when there was slower frame rates and stuff like that got me less motion sickness. Like I loved playing the Halo games and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've just never been into the 3D Metroidvania style game. Like I much more enjoy the 2D Metroid games more so. I just people love the Metroid Prime games. I just don't feel they translated that well into a first person style
was there
game.
any, like-
but people
was there any, like,
disagree.
Was there any like specific thing that like kind of stands out as the
They were
reason
just
why?
boring. I didn't like have fun exploring the world as much, like which is half the fun of a Metroidvania style game is
Okay,
uncovering
yeah,
the map.
That would be a big issue.
I mean, and they basically just, play like a 3D Metroid game. But I mean, again, I'm not really as big a fan of like shooters, so it just I don't know, something about it. I can't quite put my thumb on it, but it being a first person shooter certainly doesn't help. But I don't know how else you would do a 3D Metroid game. So I mean, I literally can't think of a better way you would do it. So I don't know. That's mine. Maybe Street Fighter as well. I'm not like super big on 2D fighters either, to be honest, that aren't Smash though.
I can understand that. What about you, Mao?
I too will go with Nintendo franchise.
I
And
know
my
what you're
answer
gonna
is the Nintendo franchise.
say. I was waiting
Ow.
for like that or Fire Emblem.
It is a
I was
knot of
just gonna name off-
disappointment.
Almost, yeah. Like I've never really been into anything, almost anything Nintendo does. Like
Yeah.
You love
Mario,
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem and Pokemon.
yeah,
you just hate
Fire
Fire
Emblem and
Emblem?
Pokemon.
All
are
the
the only thing
handheld
I want.
stuff. Well, that's
They're not-
because you played handhelds growing up.
And
Right?
I mean, I like Game Freaks and
Yeah.
Intelligent Systems
Yep.
games. So
If you'd grown up playing more Mario and Kirby and stuff, maybe it'd be different.
yeah, and I've played like at friends' houses or tried like almost all of them. My roommate loves Kirby. Yeah, I've played at
The Kirby
Tets's
fans
place, like
are,
Kirby games
like-
and
Rabid. They freaking love Kirby. It's kind of
And-
crazy.
like I don't like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I
or,
don't like Animal Crossing.
Star Fox. Zelda's probably the biggest one though. Like I would have thought I would have liked, but I don't know. Something about it just never appealed to me. I didn't even beat the newest one on the Switch.
It's very different from other Zelda games.
Right, I
so-
understand that, but yeah.
I would say that one is more like geared towards a broader audience, oddly enough. Like the other ones feel like it's weird saying that, but they feel like they fit a more like niche crowd because they are more about puzzles and less about exploring a big open world. So
Yeah, I guess I'm not huge on puzzles.
yeah.
That's probably why.
I can understand that.
That's
I like
fine, Mal. We all
puzzles
have
in
shit
small
tastes about
amounts.
something. Just-
It's understandable. That's for sure.
and here I was, thought you were going to say Ratchet and Clank or something like that.
I don't think I've ever played a Ratchet and Clank game.
They're really good.
I do.
Or I've played the PS2 ones. I haven't
Can't
played
be
the newer ones.
disappointed if you never play the game.
Most,
And Jackson Daxter.
most of my, especially at least early game library is all Japanese RPGs anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you started getting into console stuff. Was the PS2?
Well,
Or was it PS1?
I didn't. I had a PS2, but I didn't branch out from JRPGs until after a PS2.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got the original Xbox.
Well, shoot, PS1 and PS2 were the golden age of JRPGs. So.
I've played a lot of those. Yeah. So Nintendo sucks. Obs, what is your topic?
No, we don't just transition like that.
Yeah,
we can't end on
That's the
Nintendo
perfect transition.
sucks.
No, Nintendo sucks. What's your
I
topic?
want to hear more
buddy?
about why Meta doesn't like Chrono Trigger real quick.
Okay,
We gotta come back around. He didn't get to talk about it a lot.
That's actually true because I kind of wanted to get you guys out of the way. I will say it's not that I don't like it. I just found no affinity for it, no affection, no empathy. There was no connection on it. The game is good. It plays nicely. The ability to have characters kind of wait and then attack with each other was a really cool idea. I liked that a lot.
I like
time
all the
battle-
different endings.
I was never able to get to the endings, unfortunately. Though I heard there were multiple endings to the game. The characters are well defined. They're all very different from one another. So you understand who you're looking at. They have very different color schemes. I mean, it's wonderfully and wonderfully well done. The music is good. The active time battle system is there. It's stapled onto it. Named, I think it was like a 2.0 version. So that was. I mean, it was all interesting stuff. They did really cool things with it. The storyline is very good. The ability to make choices is always a welcome thing in my eyes in any RPG game. I think it even had a new game plus, but for whatever reason, it never clicked with me. I never found some affection for it. The characters never really the characters just never really rubbed off on me in any shape or form. They were good characters. They just weren't ones that I was interested in personally. I like the fact that it was fantasy and whatnot. I like the fact that there was like sci-fi in there. They were both big things that I really enjoyed. But for some reason, the way it was presented in this game neither had a really big effect on me. So it's really hard for me to pinpoint like any one specific thing that really made it rough. It's just that there were a lot of factors about it that never really grabbed a hold of me. And that's kind of a shame because the game is otherwise phenomenally good.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite SNES game and JRPG, weirdly enough. But I think that for a lot of people, it's if you played it when you were younger, you have like a lot of nostalgia for that game.
Oh yeah, that's always
like
gonna happen.
because it was just so different than the Final Fantasy SNES games. Because
well, yeah, it was directed by the creator of Final Fantasy and the creator of Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
and then they got Akira Toriyama to do the art.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think that's what a lot of it is. I haven't played it since I was in high school, so I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember going, yeah, that was good. And then, like, it was, like, kind of, you know... Like, I kind of agree with you. The characters didn't really stick with me either because I don't really remember the specifics of a lot of them. I remember that I liked Magus and I liked Frog. That's about
You would like Magus based on just him being...
Design alone, yeah.
Yeah, design alone.
He fights with the scythe and he's edgy, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, like, that was, like, one of the big... I mean, you kind of point out, like I said, is like, but the character for me just... I couldn't... And I'll say, like, I generally remember stupid shit sometimes. But like the character just never really stood out. Like Chrono, wasn't very.
Yeah, I mean Chrono's a silent protagonist, so.
Yeah, he's a silent protagonist, but I couldn't even imprint on him, which is like kind of what you're supposed to do with a silent protagonist. You imprint yourself on him. I just felt no way to like kind of go like, you know, I could fit a bit of myself into here, maybe, kind of, possibly. No.
Chrono Cross does the silent protagonist much better, in my opinion. As do the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah.
I actually I actually kind of hate silent protagonists. I really think they're boring. Personally.
Yeah, I'm not huge on them, but I'm fine with them. Like,
at that point, you're really relying on the themes of the game to enforce the silent protagonist.
Yeah, you are.
And give you some kind of like arc with he or she. But yeah,
the silent protagonist is best done when you have a lot of character responses and choices that you can make.
Yeah, for sure.
You need for a silent protagonist in my eyes to work. You do need a character that has you have a lot of choice in the agency of that character, who they talk to, the response.
Something like
them.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, that gives me.
They're not even silent though.
Yeah, they're not even silent.
You need something like that though. I agree.
So. But yeah, that's just my reason for it. It's not a big single reason. It's just a lot of small things that unfortunately added up to the disappointment that I can't find enjoyment in this game.
I can see your side of it.